Sweet, man. So I am the LNI manager. Nice to meet you.
I'm Caleb.
So we are shopping around. We've been getting some different quotes from some different shell companies. And yeah, I just want to check out your prices.
Okay, cool, man. Cool, we can work with that. So the prices are pretty simple. But number one is like, what do you need these buses for? Like, what's your goal here?
Yeah, so I'm just trying to save my employees money.
Okay.
By providing a shuttle service, we don't have adequate parking, so we're just trying to provide an opportunity for our employees in Pocatello, Idaho Falls, and Rexburg to be able to make it to work, while saving them money, helping them be more productive, and then yeah, that's ultimately the big thing. So yeah, honestly, I'm just looking for the best price.
Looking for the best price. Okay, cool. So you want to save, just so I'm clear, just so I understand like what you need.
Of course.
You have basically want to save some money for your employees. Yeah, you want to save some money for parking, so you don't have to put a whole bunch of parking lots out there, stuff like that. Okay, cool. And then so, how many people are you going to be trying to bus?
So we're gonna need 5 buses.
You're gonna need 5 buses. Okay, cool. Right on. So, and then what cities are those going to be coming from?
Idaho Falls, Rexburg, Pocatello.
So potentially, where are those buses? Like, where would you want those buses?
So I'm going to be wanting 1 Pocatello, 1 to Rexburg, 3 to Idaho Falls.
Okay. So you only want so there's only a few people that need these buses then? There's only a little bit? Okay. Well, what the thing is, sometimes the routes, so someone had a little bit of a proposition, sometimes the routes need a little more than just 1 bus, because for logistics, we need a little bit more that way to make it work, because 1 down and 1 up, it's just sometimes there may need to be more than just a few. And so that just helps, like if there's a hiccup with 1 bus, there might need to be some more there. So we need that might be something that needs to happen. So you have 3 different cities, right?
Yeah.
So you have Pocatello, you have Rexburg, you have Idaho Falls.
Yep.
Cool. So we have 3 different buses. They're really good buses. We have what we call the standard bus, just whatever, economical. It works. That's pretty much all it does. It works great. I mean, it's nothing fancy, right? Then we have the plus bus. The plus bus works really, really well. It's a great bus. I mean, there's leg room, has Wi-Fi, it has plugs, so you can plug in your laptop, you can work on that. And then it's not the most fuel efficient, but it will be able to measure up to any of the requirements you guys have for because of the people come in too. And so there's that. The other thing too is we have the top of the line buses, right? And so I know that you guys are pretty much top of the line for Idaho areas. The INL is super, super big deal, nuclear stuff around there, right? So pretty cool then, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So top of the line is pretty much, that's what it is. There's a refrigerator in there. You can lay back the seats pretty much to reclining position, just chill there. And then you can turn the seats around, so you can have a little conference in the bus if you ever needed to do something like that. So you can be able to do that. And then there's just some other really, really cool things there's the USB plugins too. So those are just things that we offer for top of the line buses. So that's one of the things that we have. So what type of buses? Saying all that, what type of buses would you be most interested in?
I definitely want to get the nicest for the price.
Okay.
Not really interested in the bottom tier.
Okay.
Yeah, and honestly, we are looking to have a long-term relationship.
Okay. Cool.
Honestly, compared to what your prices are to other people's, I think you guys are by far more expensive. Other companies' bottom tier, or other companies' top tiers are similarly priced to your bottom.
So really?
It's by that much.
Okay.
So, I know, obviously I know that's for a reason. I really do like the quality of your buses, and that's why we're even sitting down to talk about the budget. But that being said, we are willing to commit as long as you give us a good deal on that.
Okay, cool. So that's what we can do then. Okay, perfect. So what we can do is, Okay, so let's figure out how many buses. You're gonna need 5 buses, right? Basically. Okay, cool. So this is basically what we could do here. So number one is I was doing a little bit of research. I knew a little bit before we sat down. Pocatello is about 50-minute drive from where you guys are at to Pocatello is about 50 minutes. So what I was thinking is you guys have 1 plus bus for Pocatello and then 1 top.
Okay.
And so I was thinking that for that reason we'd be able to do that. And then what we could do is we could do the Idaho Falls. We could do 2 plus buses right there, and then that'd be fine right there. And then either way, we could do a plus bus or a standard bus for the one there.
Okay, I want at least 3 deluxe.
You want 3 deluxe? So 3 plus buses or top of the line?
3 deluxe and 2 plus.
2 plus. You want 3 top of the line? Okay, cool. Right on. So let's just do this then. Let's do 3 top here let's do 1 instead of 1 plus bus. Let's do 1 top here, and then we can do so we could do either we have 1 standard bus here for Rexburg or 2 plus buses for Idaho Falls. You just want to put 1 top of the line for Idaho Falls.
So hold on. So we have 1 top of the line here.
Yeah, we have 2 tops here.
2 tops.
Yeah, right. Because that's basically the deluxe, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. And the deluxe price is that much, just so we're clear on that too. And then we have 1 standard for Rexburg, and then we have 2 pluses for Idaho Falls. You said you wanted 3 top of the line?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we put one more top of the line here, and then we have 1 plus here. So 1 top, and then 1 plus.
Okay.
Does that sound fair?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
This is fair, but now let's talk about price. So pricing out, what do I get for a long-term contract?
Okay, so as far as the rates go for the buses, with what you have right now, I mean, we could pull out a calculator right now. In fact, that probably wouldn't be the worst idea. But for the prices we have right now, so you have 2 tops here. So it's 3, and these are hourly rates, by the way.
Mm.
This is times 2 right here. So just for Pocatello, you have that much, just for Pocatello to go. You have 1 standard bus here, 1 standard's pretty reasonable. That's just $290. And that's just $290 right here. So Rexford is just $290. And then Idaho Falls with 2 tops, or 1 top, 1 plus. $320.
This is 2,900 here?
Yeah. That's for the standard one.
Right.
Yeah. And the 320 is for the plus buses. And you're gonna have 1 there, and you're gonna have 1 for those. Cool. Let's see. Right here. Cool. All right. So all those together. All right, so you're gonna be about 16,900.
Okay. Did you add this as a standard or a plus?
That's a standard.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's a standard.
So backtracking a little bit.
Okay.
Again, just based off of what I've seen in other companies, to really make it worth it, I want 3 deluxe and 3 deluxe and 2 plus. So I have 3 deluxe. I just want to make this one a plus as well.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we can do that.
And then for that long-term contract, so this is the normal price.
This is normal pricing right now.
Right. Long-term contracts we're talking about.
Okay, so you want to talk about the contract then? Cool, no worries then. So that basically, if we do that plus though, that will add on about, if we do the plus, it'll be about 320. So the contract's going to go up by, you're going to be sitting around 20,000. That's basically where it's going to be at. With just that, when you added the plus, it's going to be around there.
Okay.
So that's basically what we're talking about. So as far as the contract goes, what we can do is usually most of our long-term customers, most of the big clients, is about 20 years long. So that's usually our contract where it goes. That's about where it starts. What we do have a little bit of control of the discounts, so we can offer a little bit of discounts for a long-term contract, about 20 years. That's usually where we start out.
Mm.
How does that sound for you?
So I'm not even authorized to commit to that much.
Okay.
I can only commit to 10. That being said, I want to commit for that long, I can commit to anywhere from 5 to 10 years. That being said, I would want to make that as long as possible, and at the end, if everything goes well, I would like it. I don't know why we wouldn't renew if everything goes well.
Right.
Again, like I said, so I would be willing to do that for at least 10 years. Going back to the math just to make sure I understand correctly, so it's 7,200 plus 3,200.
Yeah,
plus for the plus, right?
Yeah, for the plus. Yep,
So
you're right. 'Cause we changed that.
3,200.
That's right.
Plus, what was that? 6,800.
Yep.
So this is the price.
Yep, that's the
Full
price.
price.
Yep.
So compared, I'm gonna be completely honest. Compared to the other prices that the other companies are offering, I can get super similar equipped buses for about 14,000 a day. So that's a pretty big difference. That's like a $3,000 difference. And I'm acknowledging the fact that your buses are better equipped.
Right.
So obviously that's why they're a higher
Yeah, I mean
price.
that's why we're offering. That's why
Absolutely,
we're doing that. Yeah.
absolutely. So I'm not asking you to go down to that price, but I am asking to we do want to be a long-term, we do want to commit to you long-term. I could even go talk to my bosses about going for 20 years, but at this point I can only commit to 10.
There's no way you would be able to meet for 15. Okay.
I can.
So what type of what person's authorized? Just so I understand the situation. What type of person's authorizing you to be able to say we can only do 10 or we can't do 15?
I guess whoever's at the corporate level, I guess I'm just for what my instructions were from my boss.
Okay.
I'm only authorized to go 10, and that's full disclosure, all cards on the table.
Okay, you can only go 10. Okay.
Yep. So I wish I would if I could. I'd want to do that, but like I said, maybe I could throw in like an automatic renewal if you'd like. Like at the 10 years, unless we say something, we'd automatically renew for another 10.
For that.
Mhm.
I mean, 10 years is just fine. That's very reasonable. It's just when we have large clients, we tend to, we want to look to the future, make sure that we're going to be able to, basically be able to sustain, And so the long contracts we want to be able to have for at least 10 years is fine. We could even do 12 years. 12 years would be absolutely perfect. Does that sound reasonable? Or is it very strict that you're
It's super strict. It's super strict. Yeah, I played all my cards on the table right off the bat. I had wiggle room up to 10 years.
Okay.
So that's as much as I can do, and I'm willing to give it all to you. But like I said, compared to the prices of the other companies, we would be saving about $3,000, which honestly, they're similar enough to me to where that would almost be worth it. If you'd be willing to come down on the price and just make it 15 flat, I could do that. I could throw in the automatic renewal after that 10
So
years.
15 flat. What do you mean by
$15,000
Oh, okay.
for this deal with the automatic renewal, and I'm giving you all that I can. I really am.
Okay.
I know that you want the long-term contract. The best thing I could do is the automatic renewal unless we say something. But I really do think I like your company, and that's the reason why I'm sitting down with you versus those other companies. And I really do like and appreciate the value that you bring with the quality of your buses.
Okay.
That being said, I need the ability to be able to go to my superiors and say and prove to them that this was the best choice. They left this option to me, and that's why they're only giving me 10 years, is because they want to see if I'm making the best decision possible. And I think that you guys are it.
Okay.
That being
That's
said,
awesome. Thank you.
yeah, and of course, so that being said, moving forward, the best thing that I'm authorized to do right now is to do the automatic renewal.
Okay.
But during this 10 years, my whole goal, because I've done my research, I really do want to go with you guys.
Yeah.
I really do. I need to prove to my superiors that this is the best choice. And so I do need to fit their parameters right now.
Okay.
But if everything goes well, there's no reason why we couldn't adjust this contract partway through. We don't have to wait for the 10 years.
Okay.
But to be able to move towards that 20-year contract, which I want as well, I need to be able to prove to them, like I said, that these things are good. So, again, with comparison with those other companies, because corporate level, they don't see what I'm seeing as a manager. They're not seeing the the benefits of these things as much as I am, because I'm more hands-on. I'm going to be with these guys every day. I'm going to be dealing with the buses all the time, as opposed to the corporate level of things. So their main drive is cost.
Okay.
So they're going to be so if we're spending $3,200 more compared to what we would be spending somewhere else, and they're not seeing any benefit, it's too big of a gap, is what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
So what I'm saying, it's okay if it's more expensive if I explain these benefits.
The benefits.
It's just more likely that we can score this 20-year contract later on if that gap is smaller. So that's why I'm saying $1,500 is still more expensive. I'm still paying more than what I really should be on buses.
That's fair.
So if we could bring it down to $1,500 flat, I will be able to be well equipped to bring these benefits of your high quality buses to my superiors. I'll be able to add in that automatic renewal unless we change it. And and like I said, I've done my research. I want to go with you guys. Just between me and you, I'm sure I'll be dealing with you specifically as time goes on. I want to change this to a 20-year.
Okay.
And that's our best shot for the long term.
Okay. Cool. That sounds reasonable. Like if we're doing 10 years, we're going to be able to. The picture is going to be there after 5 years. So
that's what I'm saying.
I hear you there. So cool. I'm okay with 10 years. That sounds fine. We can do the 10-year plan. But it's going to be hard for me to meet that.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard for me to do that, especially if you want the top of the lines. Because, like you said, we do have the best buses in the area, and so that's why we have higher prices. Part of the reason is that's just because we have very good service. So I think the price right here is good. What we can do is usually we have since we do a 15-year contract, we do have those discounts, but because of these circumstances, we're not going to be able to do that. So right now, I think just 10-year contract, keep the buses where they're at, and then just keep going from there. It would be whatever we put up on your phone would probably be it. We can do the math again, but it's probably going to be around $1,700.
I can't do it, man.
Okay.
I can't do that price. I can't.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
like I said, I want to.
Right. But you guys you guys wanted the top of the line buses.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. And so that's the thing. Like I know that there's a couple of key features that I do like.
Like what? What's something that
I like the swivel seats.
Okay.
I like the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, that's nice, especially if you're gonna have any sort of high ranking officials come in, you're gonna want to be able to have a conference like that.
So there's other things like the other companies top of the line, they have Wi-Fi, they don't have the swivel seats.
Okay. I don't know.
And honestly, and what I'm trying to say is I don't know if $3,200 is worth swivel seats a day. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It's definitely nice to have. And again, yeah. I just want to make sure that number was right. Yeah. So that $3,600 difference.
Okay.
For swivel seats. That's the main difference. So that being said, I don't know if swivel seats are worth $3,600 a day. Does that make sense? And so even if I went with your plus buses, which don't have the swivel seats, their top of the line is still cheaper. Does that make sense?
I see what you're saying. So
the only reason why I'm here is because I want at least a mixture of deluxe buses, because I could go anywhere and get these plus ones.
Right.
Truly.
Okay.
What sets you guys apart are these deluxe buses. So if you just offer me plus buses, I'm gonna go somewhere else because they're cheaper.
Okay.
Straight up.
Okay. So you guys want that?
That's what I want. But like I said, to be able to pitch this, or to be able to have my superiors happy enough right now, and to be able to see the value over time, which is what we need. We need time.
Right.
We need to be able to not make them upset because of price. Because I'm seeing all of this, and I agree. I'm seeing this. I can see the importance of the swivel seats. I can see the importance of the value that you're bringing.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, again, that the gap is just too much, and I can't go that high.
Okay. So tell you what. I don't know if we can meet that, because even still, for all the buses you're getting, that's pretty hard. But we may be able to meet in the middle somewhere. What I can do is I can discount the top of the line buses, all of them together, by 5%. Okay. Make that gap a little bit smaller, and then we'll be able to work from there. I can't give much more than that, but I can do about 5%.
Okay, so
what that
let's
would
the
do-
math again.
so you would-
2,000.
So you're gonna have three. Let's just do this over. Let's do this. You're gonna have three, one top here, right? You have two tops up here, so that's three top of the line buses,
Okay.
right? So let's just do that. Three top. Then you're gonna have those are three. It's 3,600. Cool. So now we'll times that by 3, and then
Times 3, and then you said 5% discount.
Yep.
So that's $540 off. So yeah, that's 17. What was it? 17 total. So it's 2,000 plus 3,200 plus 6,800 or minus 540.
That's. I mean, what budget are we dealing with? I mean, that's really the question. Because I mean, if you're a little over budget, you're getting the top of the line stuff, and then also the budget. I mean, it needs to be able to fit. Like, sometimes budgets, they're a good plan, right? But sometimes they're not an exact representation of what it actually costs.
Mm.
And so, I mean, I feel pretty good about where it's at right now.
Absolutely.
How do you feel about it?
So I mean, we're getting there. The max that I could go is 15,200.
Okay.
So that's what I'm saying. Because $14,000 is the number that I would be charged at another company that is a good option for me. I would not be upset with that.
Okay. Okay.
So their top of the line buses are basically your plus. So if we added all your plus buses at the normal price, if I had 5 of your plus buses, 3 times 5, that's $16,000 regular price. And granted, that's your plus, and this is their top. So, but that's the similar option. I'm still paying $2,000 for, I don't know what really.
Okay.
To be honest.
Okay, fair enough. So I guess, the difference, if I'm hearing you right, the difference between the plus buses and the difference between our top buses and other companies' buses is they just don't have the deluxe bus, basically.
Basically.
Their plus buses is basically
Their top tier
is basically our standard.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, cool.
And well, it's your plus.
Okay, so their top tier is
Their top
okay.
tier is your plus.
Cool.
Your standard is their standard,
Cool.
basically.
So I guess what it comes down to, at least for me, is when you want a better product, when you want something better, it's just going to cost more.
Absolutely.
It's just how it is,
Absolutely.
right? And so that's basically where it's at. I mean, we can compete with other companies, and we can give you all the plus buses you want.
Exactly that.
But you want the top, and we want to give you that because you're a top level organization there, right?
For sure.
I mean, you're doing high end stuff.
For sure.
And so we want to be able to provide that for you.
Absolutely.
However, the thing is, the price is going to be there.
Mhm.
So what we can do is, that's basically where it is. The top of the line buses, they're really quite good. I mean, they do have a refrigerator, Wi-Fi's there, they have plugs and for the USB.
Absolutely.
And then they also, of course, you talked about it a little bit, they have those swivel seats, right?
Right.
And so they're really quite high end. So that's basically where we're at. And so I know the budget's about right there, but do you think that, I think that's very reasonable where we have it right now.
Mhm.
16,600. That's where we have it right there.
Mhm.
And then years is 10 years. We talk. It's not 15. It's not 20. It's just 10 years long.
Mhm.
And then we've also discounted those 5% on it.
For sure.
And so that seems reasonable to me. I want to find out what's best, right? So does that sound reasonable enough?
I hear you, and I agree, and I am willing to pay for. With the resources that are made available to me, I am willing to pay for the best bus possible.
Okay.
So I know, and that's why I'm willing to pay more. That's why I know I'm not trying to say, hey, match my price. Like I'm willing to pay more than $14,000, but I'm not willing to go over 15,200.
Okay. The thing is so I hear you there. So if you're not willing to go over 1,500, we're gonna have to change some stuff here.
Mm-hmm.
So what I can see is, number one is, the difference I can give you is I can give you a 10% discount on the top buses.
Okay.
What it comes down to is we're gonna have, if that's the case, and you absolutely cannot go lower than this budget right here,
Yeah.
these top of line buses may not be in the picture. That's basically what it comes down to. So we're either gonna have to drop the top of the line buses, or we're gonna have to drop this plus to a standard. That's basically where it's at, because I have about that much control of where it goes. And the number one is this is very reasonable for us. And it's very reasonable for you too. But if that's your budget, you may have to look at a different budget.
Okay, that's fair. Hold on, just let me do some math here. Press clear button.
No worries, no worries.
So do 100 plus 321 plus.
And then now you have to subtract the discount that we've given you, which is like 540. So what does it come out
Okay,
to?
so I just wanted to see something. So you're given a 10% discount on just the top of the line.
Yeah, we'll give the 10% discount on the top of the line. That's basically that's the absolute best I can do. Unless you want to switch some buses up. And
If you could do 10% on the entire price, then we can do that.
okay.
So not just the top line buses, but if you did the two standard included, like, so just the whole price, I should just write this down instead of adding it up every time. So the total price is 17,200 full price.
That's full price.
That's full price. So if you just do a 10% discount, so it's 17.
200. Yeah, one more zero. Yeah, perfect.
That is literally, yeah, I could do that. But I can't do anything else.
So basically, okay. So okay. I mean, that's a little bit. I just don't see how I can do that.
You can't do a 10% discount on.
I mean, we
all
can
the
definitely
buses.
do the 10% discount on the top of the line buses because I mean we have our profit margin is able to do that, so we're able to do that and be okay. The plus buses not so much, but what I can do, I can meet somewhere in the middle and be like 7%.
Let's see what that's like.
Does that seem more reasonable?
So it was 15,480. I can bring it to the flat 500, and that's my max budget right there.
That's your max
You
budget.
got me to my max budget.
It just doesn't seem. I mean, I hear you. Like,
Yeah, for sure.
I know. I understand you guys have a budget. You have. I mean, you represent another company, or you represent others ahead of you. So I understand that you guys have a thing there. I want to be able to do business. I
For
have
sure.
these buses. I know that the buses are nice. I recognize that you sought out us because
For
we
sure.
have good buses.
For sure.
Is there any way you guys can budget on the budget?
I honestly, I started off at a flat 1,500 is what
Okay.
I wanted.
Right.
I'm coming out at a 15,500. So I mean, I'm sure your guys' profit margin, you're not in danger of losing that much profit between, $500 essentially.
Right, and I mean the profit's like it's. I mean we gotta make profit. For business,
Obviously,
right? But
exactly. And
other
I
than
understand
that-
how to make money.
I mean, other than that, we just want to be able to do what's best. So, I mean, honestly, is that what's best for you?
That's what's best.
Okay.
That's what would be best for us.
Okay, cool. Well, then let's do that.
Okay.
Let's do that then.
That sounds
So we'll get you those top of the line buses, and then we'll give you that.
So it's 3 deluxe,
3 deluxe. Yeah, we got 3 deluxe. We have
2 plus,
2 plus, and then that's all the buses we got going on right now.
10-year contract.
10-year contract, and then and then we've discounted that. What
So
what
it's,
what did it end up being your budget?
15,500.
15,500. So okay, that seems fair enough.
Okay.
And so just so we get the math clear, just so I'm in the clear here. Cool. So you want those 5 buses, the deluxe, the 3 of the deluxe is 3 times 3, and then the plus is. So those 3 buses right now, total price is right there, and then add that to. Okay. Okay, that's more. Okay, that's more right. Right. So it's 3,600 times 3, 1080, right? And then you have 320 times that by 2, right? Because you want 2 of the plus buses.
Yep.
640. Okay, 640. So that brings you down to 16, or that's 6. Add that together plus. Okay, right now we're at 720 minus the 5% discount, which would be.
So a 7% discount was 15,998.
Okay.
And then you maxed me out right here.
Okay. So let's multiply that by.
So that's what I really wanted was a 10% discount.
Right. So that's what that's what we'll have to do to end up getting you there. That's what we'll end up having to do.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll end up doing. So we'll just take this 17.
Yeah, so that's
Put you there.
That's the 10%
discount.
discount.
Okay, that's fine.
So I'm paying $20 over the 10% discount.
Okay.
Add that to your commission.
Okay.
Cool. So I'll sign right here. 10-year contract, you'd love to, plus 15,500 a day. Right there.
Cool.
Awesome. Thanks for doing business.
Yeah, man. Thank you.